Tuesday, July 29th, and we are on CR 25, Country Road 25 in New Mexico at about 6,600 feet. It's about 11:30. We got a late start today, didn't start till about 10, and we are pretty far out here in the middle of nowhere. It is really cool to see all these cliffs and the blue sky and everything else. It just makes for a really nice drive. It's hot, but I've got the windows down and no AC, and it's tolerable. So we are probably going to continue to be in New Mexico all of today yet. We don't have a destination point set for today. We're just going to go as far as we feel like and kind of take it all in. So being out here miles and miles into the desert and miles more to go is the reason that I bring so many tools and fluids. This would be such an expensive recovery to be pulled out of here, and if I can help it, I don't ever want to be in that position. It depends on what breaks, but that's why I carry so much stuff up top and so many tools. Makes me feel a little bit better. So far everything's running good. Manny hasn't had any issues. My Jeep seems to be running really well, so hopefully we won't have to worry about that. This is where the road leads us. This whole washed out area. So we'll have to figure out if we're going to be able to make a path somehow.
Why? Because that's going to be super soft.
And it just rained probably, what, yesterday, the last couple of days. So probably, I'm just guessing, right down through here and just hope for the best. I've got my winch to pull you back out.
This is all soft. You can...
Yeah, I mean, right here isn't too bad too, but then getting up that way might be a problem.
It's almost like, I would say like this, get the front. Actually, just get shit. Yeah, that's soft.
Well, for one thing, going down to 10 psi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not messing around with that. If I get stuck, it's not because of something stupid. Well, maybe because of a bad line.
I'll look at the map, see.
So that stuff there is like a soupy
see?
mess. So we're thinking if we can make it up to this part. It's not so much that it's steep, it's that the ground is just really soft. I'm gonna get my shovel out. We're gonna dick that flat so that we don't have to try to get up of that and have our rear wheels spin in this garbage here. Lower it to 10 psi, and yeah, I don't know how it looks on camera, but in person, there it goes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so that right there is what we're dealing with.
So, yeah, that's why, I don't know.
Yeah, not cool.
And you
Just walked up the other side, and just to make sure there wasn't another surprise, and there isn't. We've got somebody coming here with a horse probably to check on us, see what we're up to. Even with our tracks and even with the winch, the way that I'm sinking in at it being only 150 pounds, if one of us gets stuck, it is going to be ugly, especially if it's me. I weigh about 5,000 pounds. He weighs much less, and even with deflated tires, it's like quicksand. That stuff is nasty. I don't know if you can hear him or not, but the guy just said that it gets worse from here. So we might have to backtrack the, I don't know, 10, 20 miles we came in here and completely find another route. But yeah, this stuff, if it gets worse than this, that's not going to be any fun.
Thank you.
But good
Yeah.
luck, guys.
Thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Leo Sandoval.
Leo?
Leo.
Leo.
Leo
And
Sandoval.
Manny.
Eddie.
And Joel.
Manny.
Joe.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. Thanks for all the help. We
You guys take
appreciate
care
you.
going back.
What's that?
Take care going back.
Oh, we will. Thank you. You too.
You bet.
So, talking with that guy on the horse, he is a rancher that owns the land around here. He's the only one that lives out here, him and his wife, and he said that he lives on the other side of where we're about to cross, and that it was even worse in another spot, and that there was no way we were getting through that quicksand-like stuff. He said we would have been bogged down immediately, and he's seen people try it and people don't succeed. So for that reason, since he's a local, he's lived here all his life, he knows the limitations of these lands, we're going to take his advice. He was super nice, great guy to talk to. We talked to him for about half an hour, just chatted with us. I wish I would have filmed a lot of it. I don't like asking people if I can put them on film though. Towards the end, when Manny asked if we can get his picture, he said he was fine with it, so I did record some of that. But he did say that he was surprised we made it that far, because apparently even yesterday there was a section that was pretty much impassable. He doesn't even take his trucks or his truck in a lot of these areas, but apparently it's dried up enough. They only fix, the state or the county only fixes that road in November one time, and he said he usually fixes it before they even get to it. But it's in one of those time periods of the year where nobody's working on it. And eventually he's going to have to fix it, because that's his road to access certain places. Otherwise he has to get around on horseback. That's how he gets around out here. So really nice that he took the time to come over and talk to us, give us a warning, and then talk to us for like half an hour about just various things and what it's like to live out here. He said last year they did not get a drop of rain, they got no snow, and that a mountain top around here that sometimes does get snow, he hasn't seen snow on it in 15 years. Ranchers around here, his neighbors, some of them have sold off because it's just too dry. Luckily, the land that he uses, the public land for his cattle, it's a decent piece of land even in dry weather apparently, and he's got some artesian wells and natural springs, and that's how he keeps the cattle hydrated. So, but it was really neat just to talk to him and understand how we see these cows all over the place and just don't know anything about them, why they're raised. I assume they were beef cattle, but you know, how much would it take to raise cattle out here? And he said it's a tough life. It's not easy to do. I didn't expect it would be, but it was great to actually talk with someone who knows this area and knows about ranching. So all part of the adventure. If we had not stopped there, we wouldn't have been able to talk to him, and I kind of think that was well worth it. I love those types of aspects of the trip where you meet people that you wouldn't normally meet otherwise and get to learn a little bit about the area and a little bit about them. So super cool from that aspect. Unfortunately, we have to drive a long way back to when we can finally turn on another road that we can get to. He said he knows the area, and he said there is no other way to get to Cuba, and that's where we're going. So it was a pretty drive. I really enjoyed it. It's going to be a pretty drive saying it the other way. Sometimes things just don't go the way you plan them. So I was pretty much over as far as I could go on that side. Manny had just went through here and bam, the gravel or the ground gave out underneath me.